Welcome to the new TGC Studio. Welcome to the brand new TGC Studio. It's freaking amazing. Look at this. It's so cool. This has been a long time coming, and to show you guys around a little bit, you know, I'm sure you guys want to see what's here. Of course, I would too. I'm going to show you some of my favorite guns, some of the more interesting guns, and a little bit about how this wall system works. Now, first up, the whole thing is from our friends at Lockdown, and the system is called Secure Wall. Long story short, this is the best wall system I've seen to date, and I've had experience with a lot of them. This one is really, really well thought out. Without much further BS, let's take a look. This one is pretty straightforward. It's a shelf. On the shelf, I've got this Bull Armory SAS2 TAC 5. It's currently opticless. I gotta find something to throw on there. But the stand is actually pretty cool. It's from Lock Grips. They made it. It's got this 3D printed thing here, and then you drop that on, if I don't hit this 500 Magnum off the shelf. But this is a pretty cool thing, and obviously the shelf is really straightforward. This gun here, I call the OG Yeet Cannon, the original Yeet Cannon. It is a High Point C9 that was sort of tuned up by Mad Pig Customs. It's got my face when I had the shorter beard as camo. Obviously, it's kind of ridiculous. It's got a Swamp Fox Optic on there. And if you notice, it's on this sort of sideways, sort of double hook thing. And look, man, that's in there. You almost have to use a mallet to get these out, but they are super duper sturdy, and that's part of why I like this wall so much. But that's another one of my favorites. This section is kind of impossible to pick a favorite. I love the Wilson Combat. This is one you guys haven't seen yet. This is an Automag 3. It's chambered in 30 carbine. That's pretty sweet. Then I've got the AMT Javelina. I'm working on a AMT video. That's pretty cool. Got the, what is this, the DWX, the ZevTech, the Danger Close Armament, P35, Drug Lord gun. I mean, this is cool. And these are all on, I'll take this 30 cal off of there. So these are all on these sort of angled hooks. These instead of coming straight out from the wall, they're all sort of angled, and that to me gives a sort of better way to display things. And honestly, I think this is my favorite accessory to go to the wall, because it's just a little bit different, and you can see what you're working with, and I think this came out great. I couldn't really pick, that's why there's 5 guns here in the center. We've got the old school M1 Garand, an HK SP5. This gun is known as Project Atrocious. You should Google it. I made a video about it. It's fantastic. A 4-inch 5.56 is so dumb. Then I've got the, what is this? The Bighorn Armory Model 89, threaded to take that same suppressor. This is a cool gun. I waited 2 years to get this. I love this damn thing. And then over here, I've got a gun that was done up by my friends at House of Arms. That is a 500 Magnum. This is a 500 Magnum, 5.56, 9mm, and 30-06. These are all on this sort of long gun hook, so you can space them out wherever you want, lock them in, and they just kind of hold the gun. As you can see, we've got some sort of staggered, like this one's higher than this. Same thing here. This one over here is higher than this one here, because we're really just trying to make the gun look cool, look good on the racking. So here in the suppressor section, it's impossible to pick a favorite. They all kind of do a little bit of different stuff. Some are similar, some are not. We've got stuff from, I believe this is a YHM. We've got some AAC, more YHM. This is Alpha Dog, Gemtech, Bowers. Got, what is that, Dead Air, AB. This is a company that doesn't exist anymore. You know, we've got We've got a little bit of everything. Let's try and get that back on. There we go. These are all mounted on straight pegs, so they come straight off the wall. So this is a can from a company called Siege. They're a brand new company. You should keep an eye on them. But really, this is about displaying these, knowing what you have, being able to easily see the caliber and the attachment and all that kind of stuff. So this is a pretty cool thing as well. Obviously, this is the vertical racking section, and I kind of picked a little bit of a section that I absolutely love. These are some really interesting guns. Maybe not my favorite, but really, really interesting. So from this side, we've got a Ruger 44 carbine. So it looks like a 1022, but it's chambered in 44 mag. It has a tube mag. This is a one-off stock. It was a prototype, and I don't know that we'll ever finish that project. This was made by KG Made before he went to KGM Technology. So this was a Browning Buckmark carbine that was converted into an integral gun. So this is a suppressor, uses Browning Buckmark magazines. That's cool. Here is another Ruger 44. This has the Sporter stock. This is semi-rare-ish. Again, 44 Magnum, semi-auto, super freaking cool. This is my gun from the 1,000-man shoot. I've got a gun here that was put together by my friends at House of Arms. This is a sort of precision 22, and this is a gun by Henry that was like, I don't remember, I think they call it the garden gun. It's like a rat shotgun. It's basically a 22 shotgun. Super freaking weird, but that's one of the most interesting sections. And of course, we've got these vertical racks here. Obviously, they're taking different bunches of weight, so they kind of sit a little bit different as the weight settles, but super cool and really easy to just pop them in the wall where they, you know, like over here, we've got them a little bit lower because these are for shorter guns. Then we have them a little higher, etc. They're all coated so you don't screw up the barrel. Like, this is great. The reason this gun is not in the rack, it's kind of sitting on the rack, leaning up against it, because we just had this out this weekend, and it is going to go to a friend of mine, so I didn't feel like putting it back up in the rack. One of the other things I find pretty cool about this wall system is either end of the slot is a little bit larger, and that's meant to accept these standard peg wall hooks. So if you have a bunch of them around, you could, you know, throw a knife you made up there, or, you know, use it for tools or whatever. Like, there's a lot of different ways to use this system, and you're not just stuck with the accessories that they sell. That is super smart, and it's really nice that they care about the consumer in that way. Now, to give you guys a little backstory, I used to have the tactical wall system here in the studio. It served me well, but over time, because I had more weight than it was meant to handle on it, it ended up breaking and just kind of giving way. So we built this entirely new wall with backlighting behind the panels, this amazing studio lighting, because man, this just looks really good. I always have to do things a little bit extra by comparison to others, and I think this accomplishes that really nicely. Lockdown also has this wall builder where you can go on their website and play around with different configurations, put guns here, there, etc. I mean, I get that from doing cars all the time. I love doing it, and why wouldn't you want to do it with gun stuff? All the while, it's creating a cart for you, so if you get that setup you like, you can just hit buy. And to my knowledge, no one else has anything like that for a wall system, and it's f***ing awesome. On top of that, if you use our link in the description or in my profile, depending on where you're watching this, and the code TGC-WALL, you'll get 20% off of everything. That is the biggest discount for this stuff on the internet right now. This is the best deal you're gonna find, and it's in our code and link in the video description. So there you have it. It's super versatile and well thought out, and using our link and code, you get it cheaper. There's nothing bad about that, my friends. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. And John Wick who?